going into a long dissertation. I'm simply going to pledge to do whatever I can do to help you. You need to call and ask, and then I'll respond. Installation of officers. So far, we've done 19 of the 22 assemblies. That's magnificent. However, Supreme in the rules and regulations book says it should be done by October 1. Well, we're missing one area, and that will be done at sometime soon, hopefully. And we've been working at trying to get a date established. It should be done before October 1, and the earlier you can do it, the better, because really there's a very high level of importance associated with installing officers. First of all, it is a reminder of the duties. Every officer that's attended, as they're installed, are given a review of their duties. And that's significant early in the term, so that they know exactly what is expected of them. It also procures a pledge from each of those officers that says that they will carry out that duty. It also provides a ceremonial start to the year. You know, they're elected for 1 year. It allows fellow members to show their support. It shows that those individual members that are being installed really are saying, I'm taking on a responsibility, I'm going to start now and do the job. So that installation service for ceremony is very, very important. And I think the attendance this year was even better than I remembered it was last year, which is very, very encouraging. But I just wanted you to be aware of planning. You are the one that's in charge. Most often, the navigator is also responsible for the newsletter, but sometimes they delegate it to someone. If you are not the editor, then you probably have to supply most of the information, because you are the one who knows what's going on. If you don't, that is part of your responsibility then. You are not the doer. You need to seek volunteers. You need to delegate, because you can't do it all. You are in charge of the honor guard. Under the rules and regulations, that is specifically specified, that the honor guard reports to you. You set out the direction. You appoint the commander. You also appoint your faithful friar so that he acts at your discretion. You need to make the meetings meaningful, snappy, quick, fast, energetic, so that people will attend. Don't let it drag out. Keep things moving. Include the ceremony. That's why I handed out in the back here 80 copies of how to conduct the meeting, so that ceremonial part is there. That's the one thing that sets the Knights of Columbus apart from lots of other organizations. We go to a lot of meetings and we just call the meeting to order and do our business and go home. But now we have a little ceremony, that adds. So include that. Keep a record of what you're doing so that you can pass it on to the next faithful navigator. Don't let them operate in a vacuum. The captain. The captain plans the activities, especially the social ones. Some assemblies delegate that and they have a rotational basis so that the captain isn't doing every one. But ultimately, the captain is responsible for the social calendar. They need to establish that calendar, need to publicize it so the members know what's going on. Be sure that the time, dates, prices, and all of that stuff is included. If necessary, set up a telephone tree so that you have the proper communication about those activities. Trustees, you are responsible for your assembly. You've been through the chairs. You understand what's going on. You okay the bills. You are responsible for doing the audit. However, very often I think the comptroller or the purser does that audit and then signed off. But probably the trustees, in proper recognition, should be the one who's actually looking over the books and doing that audit. And I do remember that that's how it used to be done when I first joined the assembly. But somewhere along the way, I know things have changed. But you are responsible for that audit. You provide the valuable information to all the officers because you have progressed through the chairs. You have seen the history, the traditions. So it's important that the trustees take that on and help all of the fellow members. The trustees have an awesome task. but they're often underused by assemblies. And I would encourage the faithful navigator and the captain to get the trustees involved in the monthly operations of the assembly. The pilot. The pilot is to study, observe, pay attention to what's going on, because they're only 1 year away from being the captain, and there everything is dropped on them. They jump into that captain's year and don't have an idea what's going on. It's because they didn't study and observe when they were pilot. And then, you know what, they're only 1 year away from the faithful navigator, and they are in charge of everything. So the pilot is that year where you want to start paying close attention to all the details. Keep a file of things that are going on, what should be done, in what order. Comptroller, most often the comptroller knows exactly what they have to do. If you don't already have from Supreme a nice little comptroller's handbook, it comes in a ring binder and it's only $3. If your comptroller doesn't have one, order one. They're only $3. It goes into all of the detail about how the Form 4s have to be filled out, all of the report information. It's a good tool. So that the comptroller should get that. I won't say any more about it. The admiral. The admiral is the spiritual leader. Help the faithful navigator. You just left that job. You are the closest one to knowing how things should go or what corrections should be made, because you just stepped out of that job and the faithful navigator is now in the shoes you were. So the admiral should be helping. But also you are the spiritual leader. You take over whenever the faithful friar can't be there. I haven't mentioned every office fill out from that order form that you got here. When you get your new order form, send another one in for 6. But this document is also on the Supreme website. So if you simply go to kofc.org and go to the 4th degree area, you will find that color core manual there. But these are taken. These are the 4th degree dress. And I'm bringing this up because it is you and I that are going to be responsible that new people, candidates, that take the exemplification, get the right regalia. You know, it is a black tux, a plain one without tails, picture here. It is a white shirt with a fold-down collar, a regular shirt collar, not one with wingtips. And so many of those are appearing. And partly because that's what's available in the stores. You need to help them find a source for that flat, fold-down shirt collar. And let's see, my list is here too. Black bow tie, studs and cufflinks, a black cummerbund. And I know so many of you don't want to hear this, but no vest. Cummerbund, no vest. That's what Supreme wants. That's what is in the book. Black footwear. Doesn't have to be tuxedo shoes, just so that it's black. The 4th degree lapel pin. And what's not in these pictures is the flag pin. In the color core manual, as far as can be recognized, everything is exactly the way it should be done, except that an addition has been made after the fact with a memo that the flag pin can be worn above the 4th degree lapel pin. They should be comparable in size. And there's just a slight separation so that maybe stick your finger in between them, be proper placement.